Hey there, this is Malorian, and this will be a War Machine Battle Report, 50 points, and now this is my final eStryker tournament list. I've submitted my list, this is what I'm going to go with, and you know what, I'm really happy with it. I spent some time talking with my brother, trying to figure out the last few points, and as you see here, I now have an Ironclad, which I haven't used in a long time, but you know what, it just made the points right, and everything worked. Otherwise, on the other side, I'm up against the Xerxis tier list. So this is the one where you get basically a bunch of these Akiwari, type of guys here. And there's just a lot of boxes and a lot of armor. The mission we rolled up is Process of Elimination. First one to 5 points, you have Kill Box. You get 1 for controlling the zone, 2 for dominating. And then if you can't do that, though, you destroy the objective, and the objective is worth 1 as well. So what my list is I have Epic Striker running in Ironclad, I have Max Nis Hunters, I have Archduke Runewood, I have Rupert Corvolo, Journeyman Warcaster, I have the Precursor Knights plus UA, I have the Max Sword Knights, I have Alexia and Arisen, and 2 units of the Stormblades. Otherwise, on his side, he's got lots of guys. First of all, he's running a Gladiator and a Bronzeback. He actually has both these War Machines. They actually get advanced deploy, so that's pretty cool. Then he has a 1 max unit there. Man, you know what? Sotrati and Signoriari, whatever, behind. He has the Venerators on the left. He has 2 units of the Akiwari guys. But like I said, lots and lots of guys. And really looking at this, he picked sides, and I also gave him first turn. And so I deployed like this because what I plan to do is really slam into his lines on the right. Hopefully between my feet, like extra attacks and stuff, I can punch through that. But if nothing else, I'm pretty sure that my Defense 16 Nis should be able to hold up on the left. And if I need to, I can always switch over. So I can always block him on the right and start scoring on the left. So he gets first turn. He's basically giving the Centauri or whatever +2 speed. They're moving up. They're going in shield wall. Everything else is running up, and that's pretty much it, except that, I've never really faced Scorn War Machines before, ever, and it turns out that their little stone lobber thing on the right there actually has 18-inch range. So due to a nice scatter, he hits my Stormblades, kills 2 of them, and I got 2 souls in Alexia, but I really did not expect to take any losses first turn. So on my turn, it's go time, and I need to space out. So I'm putting Arcane Shield up onto the Sword Knights. Also gave him Heroic Call. They're just moving up there and then reformed even farther. I had 1 focus on my Ironclad so that he can run up. I have the Deflection going up on Striker. He moved up to cover a lot of the field. Things just kind of spacing around. The Nis just going up to the wall and kind of getting to position over there. And really, I'm just covering the field. I kind of expect him to come at me now, shoot into my knights in the front. But the Sword Knights, they're armor 21 against shooting. And even if he sets me on fire, it's not really that big of a deal. I'm still pretty high armor even then. But man, with that Gladiator on the front, on the right, I am really hoping that after he hits me on his turn, I can just wipe him out and take him out of the game. So that's really my hope. So on his turn, it really helps him that he can walk through his own guys. But really, he moves up with his Insinuari guys, starts lobbing some over, lights some guys on fire, but really does very little damage, kind of like I thought. Then he also shoots some of the Sword Knights, the Stormblades, and they kill some guys too. He charges in. That's where the real damage to the Sword Knights came. You know what? I'm fine with that. Remember, my Sword Knights, they're the cheap unit. They're only 6 points. They're supposed to go up there and take the charge, and now I can hit him again after. Otherwise, he kind of came up with his guys on the left, his Venerators, and were able to do a combine to kill Selena. So no combines for me, but really that's not that big of a deal. He also charged and ran with the other unit over there and missed. But, the losses on this turn are kind of acceptable. The Gladiator did kind of pull back, and so Unfortunately, I won't be able to take it out, but really this is now going to be my feet turn, and I'm hoping to do a good amount of damage to him. Now, the other thing that really happened last turn that was a pretty big deal is that he kill boxed himself. So, I warned him. I said, okay, remember this is kill box, but he didn't measure it, and it turned out he was only like 13 and a half inches out or something. So he kill boxed himself, and I get 2 points. So all of a sudden, I'm really looking to scenario. Now, what I basically do is I put a couple onto the Ironclad. I am going to be now dropping the Arcane Shield to put onto the Ironclad. He came over to the left to destroy the objective and kill one of the Akiwari guys over there. The NIST are able to kill a couple more and tie up the Venerators in the back. The Sword Knights go in, do a little bit of damage. The Stormblades charge in and really don't do as much damage as I hoped. Like, Armor 22 is pretty legit, and with Defender's Ward there, I'm needing 7s to hit as well, so that's pretty tough to do. I do have a lot of zombies. When I measured it, at first I kind of hoped I could have killed the right Satrati, and then I could get Alexia to the Gladiator, but it looked like I was just out, so I'm holding back another turn. And one of the things I did to kind of screw up here is just because I destroyed the objective on the right side as well. You're not allowed to do that. You can only destroy one objective per turn, so that was a cheat. After my feet goes off, I'm able to go up and I'm able to do a little bit more damage, but again, not very much. I almost took out the body of the Gladiator, but that's really it. Now, at this point, it's 4 points to nothing. Should be 3 points to nothing. The objective on the right should still be there. But I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling a little bit stupid because I didn't put up the deflection this turn with Striker. But what are you going to do? And really, I'm really looking at the left side. I know he's going to kill my Sword Knights. I'm going to countercharge, pop my mini feet with the Precursor Knights, hopefully knock out a lot of the Satrati, but really I'm looking at that left zone, and if he does not put more stuff in there, I can go in there and dominate and win the game. And really, it's 4-0, and even if I hadn't destroyed this objective, it'd be 3-0, and then just dominate wins as well. So on his turn, he really does a lot of damage to me, and way more than I thought he would. And it all started with that stupid rock lobber, artillery there on the right, which went in and his dice just went fire. And then he killed 4 guys just with that one 3-point war machine. So that was horrendous, losing my Precursor Knights that way. Then otherwise, he starts killing everything in the front, like I figured. My stupid Stormblades on the right failed their Leadership 10 command test, so that really sucked. Otherwise, on the left, he does what he can. Really little damage. Really just mainly just killing the Sword Knights. But one of the things I kind of screwed up is when he was moving around some of his guys. It's like, oh yeah, just moving those guys into the zone, eh? And he's like, oh yeah, I probably should do that. And he moves over his bronze back to be on the corner. So whereas I really was looking at this and knew I could probably clear out the zone and dominate and win the game, now the odds of getting back to that bronze back and killing it, it's just not going to happen. So this is a huge swing in attrition, and all of a sudden I don't have that counterpunch I need to kill the Satrati. So this is really, really bad, and so I just need to shift over to the left and just keep on trying to score over there. So on my turn, I get a bunch of Risen back, and really all they're going to do is just get in the way of the Satrati. Meanwhile, on the left side, almost kill out all of the Akiwari. There's just one left with one hitbox. So, I mean, if it wasn't for that bronze back, I just would have gone over and killed him with Striker. But with him alive, didn't really need to. Arcane Shield is still on the Ironclad. I have enough things blocked that I'm pretty sure that the bronze backs are going to have a hard time getting to me. Killed a whole bunch of the Venerators. So really, the left flank is looking really good. However, he could very easily just run over a bunch of his dudes to the left side, like especially his Inseriarii or whatever, the stupid guys in the back that shoot firebombs. They could just rush the zone and make it really hard for me. So I'm just going to kind of see what he does. Because of this, and knowing that he's going to need to probably spread out in his turn, I moved up Striker so that I could go after the the assassination if he leaves me an opening. Plus, because I forgot last time, I made sure to put up the deflection this turn. Which was stupid because I moved up just enough for him to have charge range. He kind of moved his guys to the side, made a path, made some stabs, killed the guys he needed to get to me, and then cast his little order on himself so he gets +2 speed. And then all of a sudden we measured it, and he was just in to charge me. Now all of a sudden I'm feeling really stupid for casting deflection when I didn't really need it this turn. Would have been nicer to have 2 more armor. Maybe I should have had arcane shield on myself. And I'm like, man, I can't believe I just lost this game this way, right? I really didn't want to give up an assassination. Well, he pops his feet, he rolls his dice, and he's hoping to kill me with his charge attack, doing a big combo smite, or combo hit, and he rolls pretty crap dice. Rolls his dice, gets some pretty average stuff, and then it comes down to his last attack, boosts the hit, and misses. And he leaves me on 1 box. So that was super close. Both ways, right? Like, he was just in to make the charge, and I barely survived. But of course, after that's done, there wasn't very much else he could do anything else. A striker, his one little stone thrower thing tried to hit me, but it missed. Otherwise, the Bronzeback tramples to my Ironclad, bashes it up, destroys my hammer arm. But really, that's it. And looking at this now, it's just a simple thing of killing his caster, because he has no transfers. And even though I can't go Super Saiyan, I got Alexia right there. So that's what I do. I send over Alexia first, and you know what? This is really new for me. Before, I would always use Alexia as a 5-point forward unit, and it was always the tar pit that could go and, really as a tar pit, it's really awesome for 5 points, but everyone was always saying, no, you gotta save her up, get 20 risen, take out heavies and all this stuff, and this is the first time I tried this, and yeah, it works really well, because I charge in, the Risen combine do like 1 point of damage, and then Alexia just keeps going over and over. I get my charge attack, buy and boost, and eventually Alexia herself, a little 5-point thing here, kills Xerxis. So that was pretty cool. My opponent was a little bit disappointed that, he was so close to the win, but just was barely out. Definitely, he was up on attrition. And really, if you look at the game, too, like the way it was going, where he accidentally killboxed himself, and how I kind of screwed up destroying the 2 objectives, what it really should have been is just me being up by 1, and then all of a sudden, look at the attrition game. The attrition game was really turning against me. So this is a type of list, this one here with all this medium infantry, that I really have to be prepared for in the tournament. And between my EK and my eStryker, I do think the eStryker list is the one to use, but I believe I also need to get more from eStryker. I need to have him charge in, overcharge by maybe 1 dice, kill a couple of guys, and then just velocity back, because I need something there to be helping with this attrition fight. So, interesting, nice to try out this list, and hope you guys like watching it. Bye.